Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I am back for mini masterclass Mondays for the Be Successful program. I'm still working out all the kinks. So, as you can imagine, I'm a little late. It's supposed to be 11 that this is supposed to be on. But regardless, I'm here and happy to be here to talk to you today because it is the beginning of the year. And with the beginning of the year, I want to solidify some things that are going to be new with the Be Successful program. One is I'm going to be doing classes all every week, pretty much. So every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be having classes for adult brands and their businesses for you to better your business. So hopefully you will want to enjoy that journey with me. And I'm excited to bring about just more classes, more things, more business summits, more stuff for continuing education credits, that kind of thing. So super excited about that. So with Mini Masterclass Mondays, basically what this is a chance, opportunity for you to understand your own business, what's going on in your business, how you can better your business. And like I said, it's January, right? So when I think about January, a lot of things that popped up for me, particularly last year, were that people were still trying to figure out, like, if they wanted to get in this industry, what would this industry look like for them, how it would just be better, right, for them in their entrepreneurial journey, right? And so there's a few things if you're getting into this industry, because I've gotten into this industry through a myriad of ways, right? One is through research, another is through my teaching workshops, so academia, but then also, experiential, right? Trying new things. And although experiential is great, you cannot rely on that alone. Because I think a lot of times people come into this industry like, well, I'm really good at sex, so let me go ahead and jump in this industry. I know what to do. And that's just really not the case. Like, maybe you are really great with someone, one person, or maybe a few people, or a lot of people, whatever the case may be. But we're not all compatible with everybody, and there's so much nuance to people's bodies. But when we're thinking about entrepreneurs in this business, there's some things that you definitely should consider. One of those things is, what excites you about possibly doing this work? Why do you want to get into this industry? What makes you happy about being in this industry? There's also the questions of, are you okay with public perceptions of your work? There are definitely some entrepreneurs that are a little uncomfortable, or they're afraid to tell what they really do. And that can be a little daunting on your spirit, right? Because if you love this and you're like, well, I just want to like shelter people away from it, that might not be the best, suited for you. You also have to think about your personality. Does your personality fit this type of work? Right? If you want to teach or you want to be on stage, do you have the gift of gab, baby? Do you know your stuff? Are you well organized to stay on track? Are you charismatic, right? Because, generally people who are like on stage or public speaking, like to, bring in their audience. So they're thrilling, right? So I have to think about, does your personality fit overall with this? In addition, you have to think about, like, is this a career or just a side hustle? It's okay either way. For some people, it's just a side hustle, and that's fine. Maybe they're doing something different. Maybe they are, maybe they're in tech, or maybe they have whatever the case may be, right? And they just want to do something around having an adult brand or adult business on the side. That's perfectly fine. Understanding, do you want this as a side hustle or do you want this as a career, are totally, two different things. It's all about what you really care and really what you want to do, right? The other question is, why should you consider this work? And for many of us, right, we have, especially as entrepreneurs, we go through our ups and downs. And the reasons why you should consider the work is, ultimately for me is does it bring you joy, right? Does it make you happy? I always tell people like, yeah, this is amazing. I love what I do. I love that I get to hang out with other sexuality professionals. I love that I get to do the things I want to do, teach people, inform people, help people with their lives, change people's lives, just in something that I've said or something that they've noticed. So I really encourage you to think about like, does this work actually bring you joy? I often tell people like, I don't plan on retiring. I love what I do. I will do this until the day that I die. And I'm okay with that, right? Like I love, love, love this work. It is entrenched in me. It's in my soul, in my, it's everything that's, within me. In addition, you also have to think about your spoons, right? Like, do you have the spoons to ensure that you see this work through? We have lives, we have trials, tribulations, we have drama. There's so many things that can go wrong, but ultimately, you have to know, do you have the energy to push through to ensure that this is going to be great for you? And then ultimately, the last question is, what skills do you have, or do I have, right, that would help this work succeed, right? So do you have the academic skills? Do you have the research skills? Do you have the science skills? Do you have the charisma? Do you have the public speaking skills? Do you have the education, the experiential knowledge? Do you have those things that are going to help you be successful? So thinking about those skills are super, super important for you to understand, the things that you should consider when you're getting into this industry. So I am going to, you said yes, that part. Thank you, Galaxy Venus Dimension 1000. I love that. So would love, 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 love for your feedback. If there is a mini masterclass that you want me to talk about or go through, please let me know. But for now, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I know I was supposed to start at 11, give you guys maybe a half hour or so. But I just wanted to put this out there to say, hey, if you are maybe you're going to miss one of these at 11, you could subscribe to my Instagram and be a subscriber, not just a follower, but a subscriber, and you will have access to these masterclass videos. Okay. So again, things to consider. Ask yourself these questions. What excites me about possibly doing this work? Am I comfortable with public perceptions about this work, about my work? Does my personality fit this type of work? Is this a career or a side hustle? Why should I consider this work? Do I have the spoons to ensure that I see the work through? And then what skills do I have, or maybe that I need to acquire, that would help this work succeed? So answering those questions are going to be super, super helpful for you to start your journey. And again, start your annual planning. If you haven't, I started annual planning back in November, December. So if you haven't started planning that, make sure you go and do that, y'all. But anyway, so good to see you all. Thank you all for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you on this mini masterclass Monday. So have a good one. Have a great Monday. Bye.